If you mow fairways, sooner or later your bed knife and reel edges are going to get dull. Edge wear can be caused by everything from the species of turf to where you set your height of cut and how often you mow. Even things like top dressing, tees, and coins going through the blades can dull them, so it's important to check for sharpness. If your edges are dull, backlapping might be in order. Backlapping is a common maintenance procedure to help maintain an edge between grinds. Backlapping is also used to hone the reel into the bed knife. But lapping is not a reconditioning process to correct problems like badly nicked or rounded edges, rifling, or taper. If you backlap for 5 minutes and the edge is not restored, it's time to go to the grinder. Many Toro cutting units feature EDGEMAX bed knives. These knives have a leading edge of harder steel that stays sharp longer than standard bed knives, but that hard edge makes backlapping less effective for EDGEMAX knives. When you backlap, always wear gloves and use a brush with an extended handle to apply the lapping compound to the rotating reel. Remember, you're working around sharp blades, so keep your hands, feet, and clothing away from the moving parts. Use fine grit, 120 or finer. Coarse grit can actually cause grooved bed knives, so be sure to avoid it. If your edges are too dull for backlapping to be effective, it's time to grind. There are two types of grinding: spin grinding and relief grinding. The benefit of spin grinding is that it grinds the reel to a perfectly cylindrical shape and restores the sharp edge. But the wear resulting from grinding will eventually remove all or part of the relief on the individual reel blades. Relief is the edge that is ground into Toro reel blades. Relief reduces the width of blade that contacts the bed knife to help the mower operate more efficiently. That's why Toro recommends relief grinding as a best practice. Relief grinding grinds one reel blade at a time, and it normally takes several passes across each blade to renew the narrow land. When relief grinding, be sure to follow the specifications for land width and degree of relief, and finish up with a spin grind to get the reel into a true cylindrical shape. Whenever you use a grinder, be sure to use the appropriate safety gear, including gloves, safety glasses, and hearing protection. And always follow the manufacturer's instructions for setup and operation. Here are a few basics to keep in mind. Always prepare the reel by cleaning it and check for loose blades or parts before grinding. Consult the manual to make sure reel outside diameter, or OD, is within service limit. Operating a reel beyond the service limit can cause unwanted aftercut appearance issues, prevent the mower from achieving the desired height of cut or height of groom, and create negative bed knife attitude. So if the outside diameter of the reel is beyond the service limit, you need to replace it. Make sure the reel bearings are in good condition with no end play. Also, make sure the cutting unit frame and roller brackets are square, not bent or damaged. Before grinding, be sure to face the stone. When you're grinding, if the blade's color starts to change, it means it's getting too hot. Too much heat can change the wear properties of the reel, so don't try to do too much too fast. Take off small amounts of material with each pass. You also need to keep a good edge on your bed knife. Check out Toro's reel and bed knife grinding guidelines for complete information, but again, here are some basics. For starters, make sure the bed knife has enough material for sharpening. If it doesn't, replace it. Just like with the reels, be careful not to overheat the bed knife, and remove small amounts with each pass. Fairway bed knives have a lead-in, a slight taper on the leading edge, like this. A lead-in is basically a softened entry point for the leading side of the reel blade as it approaches the bed knife. If your bed knife has a lead-in, replace it when you sharpen. Make a smooth transition, and don't make the lead-in too long. That can cause ruffling. Also, be sure to remove any burrs raised on the knife from grinding the front or top face. Always set your blade-to-bed knife contact after you grind or backlap, and be sure to recheck contact after the first 2 holes of mowing.